Welcome to the Naked Relationship Podcast. I'm Adam. Kelley does join us in on this episode for the first time in feels like forever. But before we get into the episode, we need to give a special shout out to altplayground.net. They are so much more than just a swinger site. They have resources and users of all walks of life and non-monogamy. They are striving to be a better true community for all sex-positive people, whether you're polyamorous in an open relationship or simply wanting to explore your sexuality. You will find like-minded people on altplayground.net. It's the best yet, and it's growing like crazy through mergers and new people signing up, such as yourself, hopefully. You can get it for $3 for 3 days. I believe it's $3.99, $3, somewhere in there, for 3 days. And you can really just test it out, see all the wonderful, sexy people in your community. Speaking of that, you can also listen to our podcast on there while you are searching for your next playdate. You can also join our community on there. All of those links are down below. Check them out. Thank you so much for All Playground for sponsoring this episode. Welcome to the Naked Relationship Podcast. I'm Adam.
And I'm Kelley. And I'm back.
I'm speechless. I wasn't expecting you to be on here today, but you just poof, popped into the chair while I was recording, and here we are.
Whatever. You're so lame.
Well, no, okay. So for those of you who are first-time listeners, Kelley has been a bit on a podcast break. She is my wife, my better half, if you will. But for those of you who are longtime listeners, first-time callers, you will know Kelley as the perfect one. You all miss her voice.
Yeah, the one you miss the most.
And people have been sending you messages saying,
I know, I haven't looked at any messages yet. Thank you guys though who've
No, you've looked at a lot.
Okay, yeah, I did. That's a lie. I did look at some, like the ones that you said, hey, this one's a really nice one, and it really did help. It really did bring a little positivity into my day when I did Arena. I was so grateful. Thank you guys.
There was one gentleman that sent a fuck ton of memes. I thought that was awesome.
Yes, that was fucking awesome. Those made my fucking day. Love. I love memes. And thank you so much, guys, for being understanding. It's just that work has been fucking awful. As most of you know, I am a nurse and I work in a hospital. And, there's a little thing going around called COVID, and it's just fucking everyone's life up.
What's that? I just know of the Rona.
Corona. It's COVID-19. That's what it's called.
What?
Yeah. Mind blown.
Slight explosion.
Yeah. So work has been crazy and I haven't had any chance to do anything fun. I've just been focused on work, and my mental health has, of course, suffered a little bit. So I had to take a break from a couple of things and just kind of refocus. But I'm back. I started my workout today. I started my day on a great note. So I worked out today. I felt awesome all day. I felt like zen. I felt like I accomplished something.
And it helped that you got some really good cardio in before your workout.
Yeah, I had a little 30-second cardio sesh before I went to work out.
Quite literally a pump and dump.
So it was a good time today.
I really think you're being mean. It was more like 31 seconds, okay?
I mean, you would know.
I do keep count. I say, hey, Google, start a timer. Okay, it didn't hear.
All right, but we're back and we're ready to talk about some cool shit.
Some cool shit. So let's go ahead and start with our Twitter poll of the week. Babe, this is your first Twitter poll of the week.
Yes, I'm excited.
Okay, so this week's Twitter poll of the week was, do you and your partners take a lifestyle break so you can learn, grow, and get re-energized together while focusing your time solely on each other? The options were, of course, yes and no. And 57.6% said yes.
Yeah.
42.4%, because that equals 100, said no. What do you think about that before I read into the commentations?
I mean, everyone's relationship is different, so I definitely understand both sides of it. We are on the yes side. We definitely take a break just because we feel like we need it, honestly, and it helps us re-energize ourselves for when we get back in there, which I love.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think for me, I think that I agree. Every relationship is different. Ours didn't start out ethically non-monogamous. It started out as monogamous, very much so. Jealousy issues.
Oh, yeah.
Raising your hand.
That's Adam raising his hand, okay?
Yeah, you're not right. Anyway, yeah, so we started out very monogamous, but, I do think that, there might be some times where within every relationship where, the need to take a step back or just, get on a weekend getaway or whatever, I think that those could be considered breaks, whether you're monogamous or not, just getting away from everyone together. We just take we do take those types of breaks as well, but we take the ethically non-monogamous break supposed to be every 3 months. This one was about 4 months before we took it. And you didn't really want to take it, which we'll get into here in a little bit. But getting into the comments, we have G and K said, we don't schedule them, but it just seems naturally ebb and flow with periods of being active and inactive in the lifestyle. How would you kind of feel about moving towards not a scheduled break, but as an as needed?
Okay, so I feel like our breaks are kind of like that a little bit. Like we can kind of tell when we're getting ready to hey, things are slowing down. I feel like we need more time together.
Well, that's also because at the end of the 3-month period that we normally are in, our full go in the lifestyle, towards the end of it, I think we're both kind of ready for the break after 2.5 months.
Yeah.
And so we both are kind of we're coming up on the 3rd month, the limit. So I want to go ahead and just not really put as much effort into trying to get laid by other people or have experiences with other people. And I think that I see the finish line. I'm like, okay, fuck, I'm almost there. You can make it. You can make it. Because it's just where I enjoy the lifestyle, but at the same time, a lot of the time, I'm completely fuck yeah about it just being you and I, because my love language is quality time. So around that corner, it's it's just me and you,
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, there's other times where you're going on play dates or you're going on whatevers. And, I'm so used to our dynamic still, even after 2 years of being in the lifestyle. The majority of our dynamic is we spend our off work time together because we work different schedules. You work nights, I work days. And so even in the lifestyle, the majority of our free time is spent with each other, at least when the other one is not working. So I'm kind of used to that. So then when you go on play dates while you're off and I'm off, I'm
you're a little sad. I'm oh.
Yeah, quite literally. Yeah, that's all I got for that one. The last comment is from Jack's couple. Shout out to you guys. It's also a reconnection time. However, the break we planned this time is being pushed due to, you guys, a heightened sexual state.
Yeah.
Get it?
Literally, get it in. I'm just kidding.
So this particular individual, or the gentleman of this couple, he's sent you a couple of messages in Instagram. He's also the one that sent a bunch of memes.
Thank you. I loved them.
Yeah. And he's really fucking cool. Anyway, so I like that they're kind of being dynamic about their breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Much like the other couple that responded to the tweet, I like the fact that they can read and react. And it's not just okay, this is what we're doing. This is when we're doing it. Nothing is going to change it. And that's how we were up until this last break, So I like that. I think that, I don't know that I'd prefer to do one over the other in terms of having one scheduled, but I do think that there are some more benefits to doing it that way than having it scheduled. Because I said, I get 2.5 months in, I'm okay, there's a finish line. We can do it. You're almost there,
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
So I kind of want to move towards kind of gauging it by how we're feeling emotionally. Like this past one, we were a little bit more hypersexual than usual, so we extended it a little bit. But I get the benefits of scheduling it, which is great. But I can also see how if we just go with the flow and see how we feel, I can see both sides.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to making that move, at least as a trial run, because we're kind of already on it, but an extended trial run, more than just one sample size, So kind of progressing here into the main topic of today's show, other than Kelley is being back, our break. So for those of you who have been listeners or been listening to our previous episodes, you'll know that Kelley has been on a break from the podcast. As she mentioned earlier in the show, because of work stress. There's a number of factors more than that, but that is probably the main one, would you say?
Yes, of course.
And so we started this break the weekend, the Friday before my birthday or something, the Thursday before my birthday in November. And the reason why we started it was several factors. Your stress, and you got some jellyfish going on.
Jellyfish?
Mm-hmm. Because I had a play date, so... Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. I haven't even thought about it.
I also have to fill you in on something. So,
oh, God.
the female friend that I've been seeing, don't say her name on the show, I've been calling her Anne.
Anne. Okay.
Why I settled on that name? No fucking clue, but Anne. I settled on that name.
Okay, Anne.
And so Anne and I had a play date. That sounds so fucking weird because there's this lovely friend that is completely vanilla that I used to work with at 2 different jobs.
Oh my God, Anne.
And like when I say the name, I think of her and I get like not grossed out, but it's just like, that's not who I think of when I think about this play date. And that's not who I want to think about when I think about this play date because she's a good friend, vanilla friend zoned as fuck. Anyway, so the character Anne, who's actually a real person, just we've changed her name, and I had a play date scheduled for the 14th, the day before my birthday. And you got pretty jealous.
You're like super pumped about this too. Like he is like Chestershire cat smiling, grinning ear to ear, and like is so like happy that I got jealous. Which in the beginning of our relationship, you were the jelly monster. Okay,
so why don't you tell them why you got jelly?
I can't even remember. Like it's been 2 weeks.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, tell.
All right, let me refresh the beef. All right, so Kelley got jealous because I had have a consistent play partner. Okay.
I remember.
And you were having problems getting someone to even meet you for covfefe.
Yeah. Like that never happens.
Okay, so let me just say something to you. How the tables have turned.
You're like, oh my God.
Because for the first
handle you right now.
1 year and 11 months of our swinging ethical non-monogamous adventures, that's how it was for me. I couldn't get anyone to even like match with me on anything. Okay. And then now you're still getting the matches, or at least you were, but you weren't able to get the desired goal, if you will, of having a play date. And so now you got jelly, like you got fucking pissed. Like I stopped talking to you that night. And I knew it was more than just that. I knew it was work and a few other things. And I could also tell like there's like this hill and like your mental like health was just trending downward for like a couple of weeks. And so that's when I called your dad. And then that night is when your sister told him that we're in an open relationship.
You haven't heard my take on when Adam like let the cat out of the bag.
You let the cat out of the bag when you told your sister. Your sister let the cat out of the bag to your padre.
Oh my God.
And then your padre, I'm not going to lie to that man when he asked me.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, there was a lot going on, guys, and I had a very intense therapy session. I think that like the next day or something, and I fucking cried. Okay, I like bawled my little eyes out.
Yeah, it was. We'll talk about all of that on like another episode if you listeners would like to, or just because we want to. I don't know. Anyway, regardless, we'll talk about that on another episode potentially. But because Kelley got super jealous and I could tell her mental health was like trending downward, I said, fuck it, we're going to start the break early, because we had planned on taking it, like we had the conversation like the weekend before that we were going to take the break early December, like December 1. And so after you got super fucking jealous, I said, okay, we're starting the break right now, because I could have still went on that play date with Anne, but it would have just felt like it wouldn't have felt right, because if you're not in the state to do it, then I shouldn't be doing it, you know?
No, but yeah, definitely was not in the state to handle jealousy, to handle anything, honestly. It was just like all coming to a head, and it was becoming a lot to handle for me. And so that's why we started our break early. I'm glad we did.
It's been roughly 16 days.
Yes.
At the time of recording, which we're recording this on Monday, the 30th of November. It won't be out until this Friday. But, you know, at the time of recording this, we're about 16 days into our break. And how do you feel about the break? I know you said you're glad that we started it, but how do you feel overall? I mean, have you thought about swinging? Have you thought about sucking someone else's dick? Have you thought about Anything? Because you're still doing your panty dealing.
Yeah, I'm still doing my panty dealing, which it's chill. It's relaxed. And I honestly have not thought about anything. Like, I had a couple sugar daddies message me. I got the little alert on my phone. But I'm like, right now, I'm just focusing on myself, my self-care, my mental health, and my, what's it called? Regular health? I don't know. I downloaded
your physical health?
My physical health. That's what it's called. Sorry. So yes, I'm back on my physical health kick, which I like. I started to work out today. Like, today was day one. I bought this little workout app thing I saw was on sale for Black Friday. I was like, yes, let's do it. So definitely glad I did that. So yeah, everything's going good.
So what you're saying is you want to like end the break.
No.
And go fuck one of your play partners.
No, I do not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think about it a lot. I mean, there are some times where I'm like, hey, I really want to, for example, we went to our favorite local swingers bar, and really the only bar we go to, other than the one on the rooftop that you like. And while we were there, I mean, there was several attractive people that I would have liked to have approached under normal circumstances. But at the same time, I wasn't like really going to do anything, even if it was, because you know me, #no game. But I think that, you know, the desire was there in like when we put ourselves around those types of environments. But, you know, the desire to do it, because one, it was your birthday. And I don't know, I don't know. And like for your birthday, Dakota also stayed the night as part of like, we all went to the bar and then we had some like games or whatever that we played. And for those of you who are saying, oh, you went to the bar, you're a piece of shit, whatever. We went to the bar and we stayed outside away from everyone within our own little like friend group of people that were around constantly. And including your brother, we took your brother to a swingers bar.
Oh yeah, we also told my brother that we were swingers, and he kind of took it in a good way. He was like,
he proceeded to buy us dinner.
Yeah. He bought dinner for my birthday, guys, not because of that. But yeah, he took it in good light, and yeah, it went well. And also our friend Dakota came with us. Like, he's one of our really good friends.
And then Mason, shout out to you.
Mason, listener. Of course.
Yeah, and so Dakota ended up staying the night with us just because he got a little too inebriated.
Which anything over one drink, I would not have felt comfortable. Just like, go on. I'm glad he stayed the night. Like,
yeah, I mean, I had a Captain and Coke before we left, and that's why we called an Uber. Like, I probably would have been fine to drive. And when we got to the bar, I had 3 Captain and Cokes, I think, and then I cut myself off. But even after that, I felt fine, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's actually okay to drink and drive.
Exactly.
The other part about it is we were wearing our masks inside.
When we ordered our drinks and everything.
Yeah.
And no one else was.
Yeah. Here where we live, you get stared at like you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
For wearing your mask. Anyway, so getting long story short, after the bar, we came back home and or maybe it was the next morning because we didn't have sex that night. We had sex in the morning. Yeah. And Dakota was sleeping on the couch. And so I was trying to like dirty talk and I was like, oh, I bet you want to suck Dakota's cock or something.
Oh my God, I forgot.
Yeah, our sex is so not memorable. I don't know if you heard it or not. I would imagine because that bed is not quiet. We need to like lube the springs up in the mattress or something.
But yeah, so we did have sex that morning and I had a great birthday. I loved it.
So when do you want to maybe get back in the lifestyle, into the swing of things, pun intended?
Probably like around New Year.
New Year's?
Yeah, like I'm still like enjoying our time together and spending quality time together. Like I don't want to get back into it.
Yeah, I'm of the mindset of like, let's just go with the flow.
Yeah.
I mean, if an opportunity comes up for like us both to do something or something, I don't know. I mean.
And I definitely, like you said it before, like I definitely want to do more things together.
Oh, you're saying that I said that, but you also feel the same way?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's nice. Pepe likes to hear that. Also, we have a new member of our family, Kelley's asshole. Jackass is what we decided to name it. And because, you know, jackass, but if you pronounce it like it's French, Jacasse or something, I don't know. That's really bad. But the other nickname will be Juicy J. Juicy J.
I feel like Juicy J should be the butt cheeks and like the asshole is Jacasse.
Either way, it's all my happy place. So.
Oh my God. We just like making things fun.
Yeah, we do. We like to live life with no regrets. Regrets too. Anyway, that's going to be it for this week's episode, guys. Don't forget to check out altplayground.net. They are amazing. They are lovely people, lovely website. And quite frankly, it's mobile friendly and it's not full of scammers and all that bullshit that you see, like all those fake profiles on other sites. Don't forget, you can also buy our merch at fullswapshop.com. You can buy thongs, mugs, shirts, all of that fun stuff. If you buy some, let us know. Send us a picture of you modeling it or something, and we will potentially put you on our social media, which leads us into our social media. Kelley does most of the time the Instagram. However, here lately, it's mostly been a combination of efforts. And all of our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is at TNR Podcasts. That's plural. Am I forgetting anything, dear?
No, sir. Bye.
Bye, Felicia.